Hey, this is Mike over at Captain Positivity.
Thank you for calling. This is Call Center Kevin with
everybody. Another episode of the Outsourcing Guide. Today, Kevin, our topic is going to be, are you ready for a VA?
Yes, that's a good question. A lot of people think they are. Sometimes you guys on this phone or on this Zoom call that they were ready at various times. It's definitely something to consider and move forward consciously with.
Absolutely.
Definitely. It's not a silver bullet, unfortunately. It does take a little bit.
So let's talk through this a little bit. The last couple calls that I've had with potential customers or clients looking for VAs, my first thing that I'm trying to do is talk them out of it, saying, hey, don't get a VA if you're not ready for it, because I don't want to hear from you 6 to 8 weeks from now saying it's not working. And so VAs are very important and can help you get to the next level and improve your business process and flow. But like you said just a second ago, you got to put work in before. So when people say, what kind of work do I need to put in before I get my VA?
It's a setup, right? I always tell people the more you put in up front, more reward you're going to get in the end, right? So it's really taking that conscious effort. So like one thing I'll tell people, if they don't already have that plan, we work with a lot of people that come in so busy, I don't have any time to stop and think and so on and so forth. And rarely does that situation end up well, because VA gets forgotten about, gets left on the side, or instructions of the tasks are incomplete. So I always like to tell people, like, do a time and motion study. Some people call it, we use traction, they call it delegate and elevate, right? Where you list down all the tasks that you do throughout the day. Do it for a day, a week, a month, however long it takes, right? And then go through that and put a check mark on the stuff you want to keep working on and not working on, and that's a starting point at least. And then, you could start working on what does it take to get that off of your plate onto VA's plate. How do you get that person onboarded? There's various things can be done to do that.
And a lot of people think that these processes need to be written down. I want my VA to take over this process for me. A lot of times it's as easy as recording a video of watching you do your work, telling them step by step as you are doing your work, and then passing off that video and let the VA learn from the video that you're doing. So don't think that you have to sit there and write document after document. It is as simple as recording what you're currently doing to get the VA kind of a structure of what they need to be doing for that day.
It's almost preferable. As an operations guy, it's almost preferable, because then there's no translation lost, right? You see exactly where to go and click and point, everything like that. And it can be as simple as jumping on a Zoom like this. You don't need big infrastructure.
I've done plenty of Zoom calls by myself, recording myself doing different tasks and things that I do.
You get over the awkwardness, don't worry.
Yeah, I do. I don't like to write. I don't like to,
it takes a
write. So like what type of things are, I always like to say repeatable tasks. If you're doing a lot of repeatable tasks, those are like key things that you can pass off to a VA to help you get more time in your day.
Yeah, definitely. There's no reason that something that can be recorded and explained in 5 minutes, business owner, management, executive, should be doing on a regular basis. It can be anything from reporting functions of pulling reports, generating reports, putting reports together, to, tracking down materials, ad materials for publishers, sending out invoices, billing for advertisers. You can get into some more of the complex skill sets of like design and things like that as well, together ad, web research, looking for list building, things of that sort.
I like to use my VA to in my drive time. So if I'm driving from one location to the next location, I'll call my VA and say like, hey, I just got out of this meeting. I need this media kit, or I need this marketing material sent to this person. Can you go ahead and send that out to them? So while I'm going from that meeting to the next meeting or back to the office, I've already got those tasks and those things. Also, like building proposals, having those templates of proposals, just telling them, hey, I need a proposal for this company that includes these 3 things. Proposals built for you. Those things are, and I always like to tell people too, is like, I want to get my time back. Like the whole key having a VA is creating more time for yourself. And from fat butt I need that time so I can go exercise and I can go for a walk and I can do stuff like that, as opposed to I don't have time for that today because I got to get these 3 proposals out.
Yeah, you hit on a really good point that a lot of people that I respect and probably much smarter than I and everything about you use it in drive time and stuff, the voice notes and things like that. Many people that I talk to that are successfully using VAs and everything, they leverage the voice notes within cell phones and various technologies, like you say, the drive time when in the downtime or transitional time. They're using it for note keep, and things like that. Whatever those types of admin tasks are, I got to get X, Y, and Z done. Get it in. You do it, type thing. They get it into the project management tool, task tracker, click up, type thing. It's on the radar. Boom. That's a huge kind of hack of leveraging that voice notes and then phone calls via drive time to get instructions over.
So the original question was, are you ready for a VA? And how would you simply answer that, Kevin?
Do you have a plan? Do you have a plan? What is it that you need your VA to take over specifically? And if you don't know, that's fine. Many of us don't at the beginning, but that's step one is sit down and we're happy to help. We can do it. There's other outsourcing people that have used VAs are great resources, but that is the one. Do you have a plan? What's the plan?
Awesome. Yep. Well, thanks everybody for listening, and
Yes.
get yourself a VA. Get your time back.
Get your time back. Yep.
All right.
See y'all.
Bye.